speaker is the Open Education Coordinator at Open.Michigan. Let's have a big round of applause for Emily Rodgers.
Okay, can everybody hear me? Yes. Great. We create our culture together. We build off of old ideas and knowledge, forming new forms of expression. We challenge these ideas. We come up with experiences that we share with each other. This experience that I want to talk with you tonight is about sharing. This is a mural of knowledge that was created in 1896. It's at the Library of Congress. The caption below it reads, "Ignorance is the curse of God. Knowledge is the wing wherewith we fly to heaven." This idea of preserving and encouraging knowledge production was very important to our forefathers as they were drafting the Constitution. In the Constitution, they included the Progress Clause, which gives creators the exclusive right to control their works for a limited period of time. And it's the basis for our current copyright law today. Underneath the current copyright law, copyright holders hold exclusive right to do and to authorize others to do the following 5 things. But what you may not have known about copyright is that today it occurs automatically. It means that almost everything we create is automatically copyrighted, all rights reserved. From our notes to our doodles, to our blog posts and our presentations. Nearly everything we put in fixed, tangible form is copyrighted. What was initially meant to encourage and promote a creative economy has actually started stifling it through this all rights reserved status. It means that we can't share as freely with each other as we would like to do, and our forefathers wanted us to do. But there are alternatives that we can think about using in ways that we create information, and this is an example of how you can do it. It was originally a photograph that was taken in graffiti and openly licensed so that other people could share it and remix it. And what you get is a new form of creative expression. So tonight, I want to encourage you to think about the ways that you can unlock the potential of sharing your resources by using openly licensed materials and openly licensing the work that you create yourself, so that you're not limited by this all rights reserved status. Because under copyright, it's illegal to do the following things. You can't translate works into a local language, you can't use somebody else's work without their explicit permission, and you can't reproduce information and creativity or make copies of a work without people's permission. Ultimately, it inhibits our ability to be creative and to build new ideas and new forms of expression off of these old ideas and forms of expression. It limits our ability to create things in color outside of the lines. It also has strong implications for the educational sector. Think about the schools across the country and across the world that already face limitations with classroom sizes and no money to buy textbooks that they need. The all rights reserved status of educational materials is another barrier that they face. So tonight, I encourage you to think laterally about the way that you create information and the way you express your creativity by using Creative Commons licenses in your work. You can search for Creative Commons licenses as you build presentations. These are examples of things that you can look for that are in the public domain, and you can also search for Creative Commons licenses as you build your materials. You can apply these Creative Commons licenses to your own work, and you get to choose how you want to share your creativity and your legacy with other people. You get to choose if you want it to be attributed for your work only, if you want your creativity to stay in the non-commercial realm, or if you want your license to be shared the same way that you applied it to your creative work. So together, we can start thinking about how we can build the knowledge commons back up again. We know that learners use what they already know to construct new understandings. We are a culture of sharing, regardless of what any type of policy dictates that we should do. We naturally share information with each other. How many people tonight are educators in the room? Yes. I'd argue that all of us are actually educators tonight, but if you do teach, think about the impact that your educational materials that you create for people here can have for the rest of the world. Teachers can use your resources to teach their students the skills they need to learn to succeed in life and to empower the communities that they live in. So tonight, I want to thank you for journeying toward this world of open with me. It's easy to think about ways that we can start building up this Creative Commons world and share this information